Hello dear students, welcome to my class once again. I hope you all are well and fine and staying at home, taking care of your health, taking care of your studies as well. Today I have come with another topic in front of you, and I hope you will enjoy today's class. Today's topic is gender. Today's topic is gender, which is the 6th chapter of your book. Chapter 6, and it is about gender. It is about gender. So today's discussion will be on gender, chapter number 6 of your textbook. So by gender we mean whether a noun is a male or a female, or a non-living thing, or any other word which means both male and female. So by gender we basically understand whether a noun means a naming word, whether a naming word is male or female, or neither male nor female, means a non-living thing, or a noun which indicates which can be both male and female. So there are 4 genders in English. There are 4 genders. The first one is masculine gender. There are 4 genders, and the first one is masculine. So what does this gender mean? Any noun or any naming word which refers to a male, any noun or any naming word which refers to a male, for example boy, or like Rahul. If I say Rahul, then it indicates it is a male. Then if I say tiger, if I say lion, these are what? Males. Then dog. So if I say girl, then it will come under feminine. I mean the next one, number 2, feminine gender. Feminine gender. So these are opposite to each other. When I say masculine gender, it means nouns which refer to males. A noun which refers to a male comes under masculine gender, is a masculine gender. For example, as I said, boy. Then if I write the name of something like Rima, or any other word which indicates a male, any word, any naming word, any noun which indicates or which refers to a male is masculine gender. And the opposite of this is feminine gender, which indicates a female. Feminine gender which indicates a female. And like if I say, okay, let's write the 4 genders first. Common gender, common gender is the 3rd one, and the last one is neuter gender. Last one is neuter gender. So these are the 4 genders. There are 4 genders. First one is masculine, which refers to a male. Any naming word which refers to a male, like as I have written here, boy. It indicates a male. That means it is masculine gender. If I say Rima, then it is a feminine gender because it refers Rima. It refers to a female. So it is a feminine gender. If I write here like brother, then it is a masculine gender because it refers to a male. If I write sister, then it will be the opposite of masculine. It will be feminine, sister. Just like that, if I write father, then mother, then son, daughter, like that, uncle, aunt. So I have written down some examples here, like brother, it indicates a male, so it is masculine gender. Sister indicates a female, it is feminine gender. Father indicates a male, so masculine gender. Mother, female, comes under feminine gender. Son, again a male, so masculine. Daughter, feminine. Uncle indicates a male, so masculine. And the last noun is aunt, which indicates a female, so this comes under feminine gender. So what I want to say is words or nouns or naming words which refer to a male are masculine genders. They come under masculine gender. And words or naming words or nouns which refer to female are feminine genders. And then the next two types, the next two kinds are common gender and then neuter gender. Common gender and neuter gender. Now, what does common gender mean? What do we understand by common gender? Common gender are those nouns which indicate both a male or a female. I mean, it indicates both. For example, like teacher. If I write teacher, then if I write teacher, this means what? This teacher can be a man, can be a woman. If I write student, if I write student here, this word again, this when I say when I speak about a student, so this student can be a boy and can be a girl as well. So when I say student, it indicates both. It may be a student, it may be a girl, it may be a boy. When I say teacher, it may be a man and may be a woman. So there are some words, like if I say doctor, then again when I say doctor, when I write doctor, it refers to both. It can be a male, it can be a female also. So there are some words which refer to both a male and a female. Those genders, those nouns are called common genders. Then the next and the last one is neuter gender. Next and the last one is neuter gender. What do we understand by neuter gender, or what is a neuter gender? Which nouns are referred to as neuter gender? Nouns or naming words which refer to non-living things. Non-living things, like in this classroom we have board, the marker, the podium, the desk, bench, the school, the fan, the light. All these things are non-living things. They do not have life. Like book, pen, table. There are many. If I go on writing, examples won't finish. There are many examples of neutral gender. I mean, the nouns or the naming words which refer to non-living things, which the things that do not have life are called neuter gender. They neither come under masculine gender, nor feminine gender, nor common gender. They are under the category of neuter gender. So I am repeating once again, neuter gender. By neuter gender we mean those naming words or those nouns which refer to non-living things that do not have life. These are called they are neuter genders. So these are the 4 kinds or types of gender. There are 4 kinds of genders in English, and they are masculine, feminine, common, and neuter. So I am repeating once again, and this is the last time I am repeating. So by masculine gender we understand those nouns. Masculine gender refers to those nouns or naming words which are males. So masculine gender refers to a male, and feminine gender refers to a female. Nouns that refer to a female are called what? Nouns that refer to females are called feminine gender. And then the third one is what? It was common gender. So naming words or nouns which refer to both male and female are called common gender. Examples, I gave examples, I wrote examples like doctor, teacher, student, then farmer. So a doctor can be a woman, can be a man. A student can be a boy, can be a girl. A teacher can be a man, can be a woman. So a noun which refers to both male and female is called neuter gender. And the next and the last one is a noun that refers to both male and female is called common gender. And the next and the last one is neuter gender. Neuter gender, as I said, naming words or nouns which are non-living things, or the things that do not have life. Or in other words, in short, I can say a noun which refers to a non-living thing is called a neuter gender. So these are the 4 kinds of genders we have in English. And so this is all about the 4 kinds of genders. And in the textbook you will get some exercise, like you have to change the gender from masculine to feminine, or from feminine to masculine. Questions may come in the exam, like son, and daughter. This is masculine, this is feminine. Then if I write girl, it will be boy. Then father, mother. In this way, men, women. So there are many. I have written only 4 examples. So questions may come this way in the examination. Change the gender. So it may be in the word may be masculine. If it is masculine, you have to change it to feminine. If it is feminine, you have to change it to masculine. So question will be like, change the gender of the following words. So there are many. I am not going to write all the examples. You will get the examples exercises there in the book. You see all the exercises, and the answers, I mean, in the book, the answers are given, and from the chapter you will be able to solve the exercise. So this is all about today's class. It was about gender, and I hope that you have understood this today's discussion, what gender actually means, how many kinds of genders are there, why it is feminine, why it is masculine, why it is neuter, why it is common. But still, if there is any kind of confusion, any kind of questions, any kind of queries, you can feel free to ask me, commenting in the comment section. I mean, whatever question comes to your mind, you can ask me. I shall be there to help you or to answer your questions. Take care of yourselves. Be at home. Stay at home, and take care of your studies as well. Take care of your health, and do watch the video again and again to make to get a clear idea regarding this chapter.